Yo, what is good everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some great information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into this. And we're starting off with Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. We've got a big presentation happening next week, and there is a huge announcement that is being teased. So Suda51 will be appearing during a Famitsu live stream next week for a new Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes presentation. It will be around 2 hours long, and it will give us the latest information and look at Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes on the Nintendo Switch. Now, an English interpretation of the proceedings will be available for users, so they want a lot of people in the media to talk about this because they're saying, hey, we're going to have an English presentation as well, or we're going to have an English interpreter there because they want people in the Western areas to know about what's going on, and they're teasing this big presentation with Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. So the Famitsu monthly series Goichi Suda Travis Returns stream will begin on December 20th at the following time. So we have 2 a.m. PT. Oh man, that is really early in the morning. 5 a.m. ET, 10 a.m. in the UK, and 11 a.m. in Europe. You can check out the presentation, which will include the huge announcement as it happens. We will have a live stream here. That is, man, December 20th. I have to look at my calendar and what's going on here. December 20th, that is next week. It's a Thursday. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be staying up a little bit late for me on Thursday to be able to watch this December 20th. 2 a.m. They're going to be interesting to see what they tease. Now, we've already had a bunch of people come out and say, I want this, or I want this, I want that. People have been giving me their predictions already, so of course, you can put your predictions in the comment section below. I'll talk about what I think this is going to be. So one, of course, we're going to learn new information. We're going to see new footage of Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes on the Nintendo Switch. We do have a release date of January 11th. I think that's worldwide or right around that time for pretty much most places. So I'm excited to kind of get into the game and see what's going down with Travis in all of these years that he hasn't been around, because it's been like, what, a decade or so? About a decade maybe since the last game came out. So I'd love to see what's going down with Travis in this new world that they've kind of put together, or the same world but in this new area, right? Because of this whole new game machine that you can go into, and you have to get a wish by beating all these different types of games. So the concept is interesting. The combat isn't the same from No More Heroes 1 and No More Heroes 2 at a fundamental level in how it looks, but you're just slashing a beam saber and you're also doing special attacks and special moves and also wrestling as well. But the perspective and kind of how the game plays is definitely different. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how fans react to this once they actually get it in their hands and aren't just looking at it. Now let's talk about the actual, what the huge announcement is. I would think, just based on this here, he's teasing the huge announcement. Suda has talked about this before. I would think that they're going to announce No More Heroes 1 and No More Heroes 2 are getting remasters for the Nintendo Switch, or at least No More Heroes 1 is getting a remaster for the Nintendo Switch, because that is already done. They can take the PS3 version and adapt that for the Nintendo Switch. They can already do so. They wouldn't have to redo things completely in HD with the Wii. They can just take the PS3 version and the Xbox 360 version. I think that came out only in Japan though. I know the PS3 version was worldwide, just nobody really bought it though. Nobody bought that game at all on the PS3. It did have move support too though. That's one interesting thing about that game, is that it did have move support, and I played it with move and I don't like it too much, but I'm thinking that it's going to be that, like, we're going to get No More Heroes 1 and 2, or at least No More Heroes 1 HD on the Nintendo Switch. Now some people are saying, well, could we even see or know that they're going to say, hey, we're working on No More Heroes 3? I don't know about that, because wouldn't that kind of kill some of the hype for Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes? I don't know about that. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't, or maybe it'd get people more interested in it based on what they say if there is a No More Heroes 3. So I'm guessing that it's going to be the first thing that I said, but you never know with Suda. This man is crazy. He puts together some crazy announcements before in the past. It was a complete shock when they announced No More Heroes for the Switch in the first place. Even though that we're getting a different style of game, it was a shock that we were even getting this when they first announced it. So I'm excited to see what they have to offer us here. So what do you guys think about this huge announcement tease for Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next topic here, Masahiro Sakurai has talked about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's World of Light inspiration and how he's unsure if he can ever top what he's done with Smash Ultimate. So let's go ahead and get into what he had to say here. Source Gaming and Weekly Famitsu on the translations here, so shout outs to them and getting this information from Sakurai because I actually find this very interesting. So this is what he had to say on World of Light. This was inspired by a sequence towards the end of Brawl's Subspace Emissary. The scene shows all the characters vanishing. Sakurai thought that it would be more impactful to start with a great disaster, which sometimes does happen in games where it starts off with something crazy that happens and then you kind of have to reverse what went down. Now next, moving on to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's successor. So here's what Sakurai has to say, which he's already said some stuff that we've covered, but this is interesting what he had to say here. If Nintendo requests a successor, Sakurai will make it a priority. So he's not going to quit after he's done with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, because he's also kind of said, well, maybe this is my last one. So if Nintendo does say, hey, we need Smash Bros., Sakurai is down to do it. He said that he'd make it a priority. So he doesn't know for sure that Nintendo will ask him to create another installment in the future, which you know Nintendo will. Sakurai figures that when the next Nintendo hardware comes about, a request for another Smash will be made, which makes sense. The Switch has a lot of life in front of it, so I see this game with Ultimate being supported for a long time. Sakurai doesn't know how he will top Smash Bros. Ultimate. Everyone is here. Coming together was a miracle and will probably only happen this one time. There's no guarantee of everyone coming together again, as there are many moving parts and approvals that need to happen. And he's talking about the third-party characters and what they can do, the budgets and everything like that. And I'll have to say this, and which has been floated around there, having Super Smash Bros. As a type of game that doesn't really get like a new version where they have to completely redo everything, but taking the game and just saying, hey, we're going to just greatly improve on what we have. I mean, we've seen it already with games like Overwatch or games like Paladins, kind of like the games that you can just play and they just continue to add to it. Rocket League has changed completely, and I think that obviously they're not going with that line just because the game wasn't built that way in the first place. Maybe it was built to be what it is and then have the DLC, then that's that. But I really like Sakurai to kind of look into it and take that base in terms of what they've done, and if they can make it, just build on top of what they've already done. It's 1080p 60 frames per second, that's fine. You can just update the resolution to 4K whenever Nintendo gets there, or checkerboarded. I don't think we need another whole new crazy type of Smash Brothers every single time. I think that they can build on top of what they've done. Even with Smash Bros. For Wii U, this game is completely different with Smash Ultimate when it comes to some of the stuff, but they did build off of what they did with the Wii U. They did say that. So if they can just build off of what they've done with here and then continue to add to it, that would be good. But I understand what Sakurai is saying here. He knows that he's not always going to be able to get all the approvals with the third-party characters. The budgets might not be the same. There's a lot of things that go into this, but I think that Ultimate's base is so good and they can just continue improving the textures and kind of improving what they've done, because I would hate to lose the amount of characters that we have. There's no way that you can create a game from scratch and have 74 characters in there for a new system. That would be very tough, on top of adding like another maybe 7 to 8 or maybe even more to make it new, to make more new characters in there. That'd be very tough if you're building everything from ground zero, you know. So that's the one thing that I would like to see. I would just like them to kind of just buff it up, continue buffing it up and getting it better and make it like a huge big new release, even though yes, you're building off what you did, but at the same time you still have all those characters. You can update the game, you can change the mechanics, but once again, I don't know if Smash is built like that, but I would hate to lose all the characters that we do have. It's happened in other games, right? Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 5, the Super Street Fighter Turbos and all that stuff, Super Street Fighter Arcade Edition, all that stuff like that. It lost a lot of the characters going to Street Fighter 5, then added them in as DLC and added new characters. I'm not sure if I want to go down that route, but you know what? I'm not really sure what the right answer is here when it comes to it, because I know some of you guys are probably going to disagree with that and want to see Sakurai kind of redo everything, but it's just so tough, man. I don't even know what to think when it comes to it. But I would hate to see all the cool characters that are in this game all of a sudden vanish or have to be DLC or whatever it is. You guys know what I'm talking about here. So what do you guys think about what Sakurai had to say here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the final topic here, we do have some more Super Smash Bros. Ultimate news. So there is a brand new Spirit Board event that's going down this week, and this was a pleasant surprise because I didn't even know they were going to be doing stuff like this. But yeah, for those who like spirits and want to get new ones in there are some pretty cool events going around surrounding that. So Nintendo will be kicking off a special Spirit Board event in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate later this week. You'll have a better opportunity to obtain spirits who wear glasses when it's live. Now the event will begin on December 14th at 3 p.m. Japan time, lasting for 3 days, assuming it goes live worldwide. Here are the times right here. So 10 a.m. PT December 13th, 1 a.m. ET December 14th, 6 a.m. in the UK December 14th, and 7 a.m. in Europe. So I haven't really gotten too much into this whole spirits thing and World of Light and all that. Actually, I haven't played World of Light at all. I've been labbing my characters and getting to Elite Smash and just kind of perfecting my craft and movement, and I will definitely get to the spirits and doing all that World of Light stuff and more of the single player stuff probably next week or the week after, and I'm going to stream that. I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to just kind of go through that so it wasn't a spoiler when I do stream it, because I don't want to sit there and grind away at that when I'm not streaming. That's something that I'll probably do for a stream, but I don't want to spoil the game for you guys either. So I wanted to wait, give you guys the opportunity to play it so you guys are comfortable watching me play it once I go through World of Light, so it doesn't spoil anything for you guys. So it can be a fresh experience in terms of watching somebody else play because you've already seen it and you can kind of see how they tackle missions and their spirits and how they do different things. I'm excited to get into that in the next week or so. But this is really cool. It almost reminds me of Nintendo's events that they did before, but it was a little bit different because they gave you points based on certain types of sides, I guess you can pick, like princesses versus like the baddies and all that stuff like that. So the good guys versus the bad guys, or Fire Emblem versus this or that. So it's pretty cool. I like when they do events like this. Plus we got the patch coming within the next week as well. So plenty of content, plenty of support to continue with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This game is selling like crazy, so I don't see why they wouldn't. But anyway, what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts on all the different topics, from Sakurai discussing Smash Brothers, Travis strikes again, no more heroes, and of course this event. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube membership. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you ninja for the next video. Peace.